My name is Osman Abdul Jalil. I'm the Deputy Director of Petroleum Safety Division. Currently, I'm heading the Special Scheme Inspection unit. This division, we are focusing on the integrity of the vessel, pressure vessel and boilers. Talking about hazard, there are three types of hazard. First is on the health hazard, whereby it can anything that can harm your health. They can cause injury. They can cause injury to our body. They can damage the environment or properties. Environmental hazard is something that, and when we release to the environment, it causes some damage to the environment. And then the safety hazard is something that the moving machineries, you are working at height, you might fall or something, some object fall from high. And then the environment, normally we are talking about the release of chemical such as chlorine. Chlorine is the heavy gas. The release of ammonia that currently happen in a lot of our ice factory. Hirarc is the most common basic procedure that any industry can follow. First of all, they have to classify their activities. They have to know, and then they have to group their activities. Employee comes together just to confirm whether they agree or not with their categories, so that they will come into one solution. They will identify the hazard based on the activities. They have to prepare their risk control action, what are needed to be done, whether they have to do some blockage, they have to wear the harness, they have to implement it to the site. After that, they have to do the review whether they are overcome the threat that they face. We have to evaluate our hazard. What are things to be done, what are things to be protected. Three types of control. One is the control at the source of hazard. For example, if certain chemical which is very harmful to us, we just don't use that chemical anymore. If we cannot use the very highly concentrated HCl, we might use some other chemical that might have some less effect of it. On the other thing, there are engineering control. In engineering control, there are a lot of ways of doing it. First of all, we do the redesign of the process, and then the other thing is the isolation. We isolate the hazardous element. We don't let our men to go inside that isolation. And then the automation also almost the same, but we don't let our men but the process will be done automatically. We do some barriers so that we don't let, for example, we don't let our hand inside the machine. If you see the gelatin, there are two switches, meaning to say that you have to use both hands. So when you operate, you use two hands. So there's no way for your hand to go inside the machine. On the other part, there is some administrative control. Administrative control, we always design on the safe work procedures. If they export for 8 hours, maybe we can let them export for 6 hours. So we already reduce the exposure. And then, of course, we do the housekeeping, the repair and maintenance program. Sometimes it's not comfortable to use the PPE, but at the meantime, this actually PPE should be the short-term measures rather than the long-term measures.